Oh, well, the game has a bunch of new, seemingly new like gameplay choices at the start, but it never became relevant.
Yeah, and I would say, if anything, I would say that they utilize them in maybe the worst way possible, which is by creating a bunch of stupidly traversable environments that just feel gamey, right? Like, oh, you have all these ways to traverse the environment now, so now we're gonna make like when we did that path up to the mansion together. It's like, oh, we're gonna jump on this roof, and then we're gonna call the thing up so that we can climb over it, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Which is like the worst way to use that type of gameplay, if you ask me.
I would expect that to come up again later.
Yeah, I was thinking two things. When I saw that, I was thinking, one, maybe we'll actually like have like a real because even the hiding things, right? Like they give us the ability to hide, but that never came up except for like maybe a couple of times when I was playing. What's his name again? I need to have like the devil
I
in
never
me.
used that. How did we try list?
I did. The devil in me characters. I'm so bad with character names. When I was playing Mark, and I got plumped into the basement when we all three of us were running. Down there, I actually used the hiding feature a couple of times, but it was like very very obvious. It wasn't like I kind of like got the choice to hide or whatever. Same with like the running stuff. Like we never really got to run from any of the bad guys in like by choice. It was always the game making us run, right?
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say the thing I thought maybe they were gonna do was, okay, so we're in the murder hotel. Maybe they'll give us a chance to like, like for instance we saw this death, right? This never become relevant. I was thinking like, oh, maybe we'll be in the chance to like have characters see this stuff, and then we'll be in the opposite situation, like we managed to like change it or something, like lure the bad guy into the gas chamber, or we know there's a gas chamber in there, or like we as we learn more about the hotel, right? Maybe we like traverse hotels. You're like, oh, we know where this room is and where that room is and where this room leads. We know this hidden door by this thing. So maybe it'd like be like running through the hotel, like choosing which rooms to go into or something. But yeah, that obviously didn't happen.
Also, just thought of something. The premise that the crew is supposed to be a documentary crew making a documentary on Henry Holmes and his murder hotel was never relevant.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
for sure.
it could have been like something at some point.
Yeah, that's
Then,
a really good point.
like, oh, we can do something. Maybe we can outsmart this guy. Nope, never. We might as well be 5 random people on a vacation.
Yeah, because one, no one ever thought it was like fishy. Anything that happened was fishy, or like they have to put their phones away. They get there, they heard that the Met guy ran away. They're also went to the table. He's not there. There's no food there. Like there's no one else on this island except like they didn't ever see anyone else, and no one's ever like, oh, that's a bit weird. We're in this murder hotel, and strange things are happening, huh? Right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we also never get the opportunity to like I said, we don't get the opportunity to like use our knowledge of Holmes to like save ourselves, right? Presumably, we know about the hotel and maybe the interior now, what it was designed like and stuff like that, right? Like, if anything, we should be intimately familiar with the hotel if this is supposed to be made the same way, right? That's a really good point. Yeah. I think I think I liked the gameplay in this game probably more than like A Little Hope and stuff still, because there's still more actual gameplay in this. But it does feel like it did feel like in particular that a lot of the scenes were a lot of the like when we were like when we were separate, like especially towards the end, there felt that and that's probably because we have so few characters, I think. So, but to be fair, that the game showed that for that, but that felt very like disjointed. It was like I just kept getting teleported places, and you getting teleported places too. Like
Yep.
I barely got to explore anything towards the end there, because I just kept getting teleported. Like anytime I was doing anything, like teleported. At one point, I was in like a butchery or whatever, like a butcher house, and I was like, escape the butcher house, and then teleport out of it. Like that was weird. As soon
Yeah,
as
like in the maze section, I found a some secret location, which was like a basement thing. I went there to explore it, I was checking it, and then I got teleported back to the mess.
Yeah, that's stuff's weird. I didn't like how Killer Guy wasn't really a character; was just a mashup of member Psycho, member House of Wax. Yeah, and I mean, if you want to talk about like from the story well, from a gameplay perspective too, this one felt by far the most arbitrary and pointless in terms of like choices. Like it really felt like we had no control at all over what was happening. I felt very little in control when we were. It felt fair enough when we were just like running around doing things and like exploring, and especially early game, it felt like we had a lot of time to just kind of like look around and things, which I liked. But like when we got that gas chamber thing, right, or the oxygen chamber. First of all, you might be able to see that too. Like, if I wonder if it kills you if you stand on the platform. I guess it doesn't because it hasn't been there. But we get the oxygen chamber, and then we're both kind of thinking, oh, we're not supposed to play the game. Like that's how we win because we saw that chain thing, right, where it's like two people, one chain, and the one guy pulled the other one into the chain, and then my brain goes, oh, okay, so it's kind of like you have to work together to survive type deal. Like, don't be selfish. Like, help each other, right? And then we choose not to pull the lever. What's her face dies. Erin dies. And then Kate arrives, and then I Google it, and it's like, okay, so what happens there is that Kate automatically, if you don't choose, then Erin automatically dies. But if you choose Kate, then Kate realizes there's a leak in her chamber, and you can break her free. And like that feels cheap to me. That feels really,
Also,
really cheap and pointless.
yeah, and also the game, because I didn't choose anything, because I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna refuse to play the killer's game. So, like, I'm thinking, like, okay, well, maybe the choice is that you don't choose anything. You refuse
Yeah.
to play the killer's game, and either both die or the killer is frustrated and decides that, well, that's no fun. I don't want my people or everyone to just die, so I don't choose anything. And then the game kills the other person, and none of the characters like acknowledge what just happened.
Yeah.
Like the NPCs didn't make the choice on their own or anything. They didn't even say that there was a leak on it. The Kate? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
Kate.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was Kate was just outside her chamber, so I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah, and this fire that too was so obnoxious when it's like I was supposed to hold the like I pulled the lever, but then you're supposed to like hold it down. Like, how am I supposed to know that? Like, how in the world am I supposed to know? That felt really buggy too, because it felt like I didn't really pull the lever, and then he said he didn't pull the lever, but I did pull the lever, and then the lever was like gone from the wall during the cutscene. Like that felt really weird. Like that was just very weird and buggy too. That sucked. And I think the problem with that too was like the one Charles said. I was like, once we lost a character something stupid, I was like, eh.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here's the one.
And all the deaths we had were like uninteresting. Okay, it is a room that kills you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we got the three deaths that are like, oh, this is a room that kills you.
Yeah, because like if when you were being chased, it looked like you were having a rough time. And I was like, oh, is he about to like lose Jesse here? Like, are you about to lose our last character? But then you're being chased, and there's choices you're making. You might fail quick time events. There's like a lot of like things that can happen there. Where it's frustrating, but at least it feels like you fucked up, right? Like
Yeah.
I missed 3 quick time events in a row. Like I'm bad at the game. Fuck, I lost a character. And that's frustrating and sad, but it also feels good, kind of, right? Because it feels like at least the character died because of something you did. But then we come to the crushing death, right? Where it's like the crushing death, literally, as far as I understand it, based on what I googled, is that the only way to defeat that is by giving Kate the screwdriver beforehand, and then choosing to crush her. That's how you defeat that. It's like how are we supposed to know that? Like that's not a like that's
Yeah,
just
because the screwdriver choice is like it's very arbitrary because oh, it might as well have been that okay, we didn't let Jamie keep the screwdriver so she can't shank the
yeah.
murderer when she's being chased. Oh, she died because of that.
Yeah, it just like it literally says that. However, the wall heads towards her. If she doesn't have the screwdriver, she'll be crushed. Like That's so that is such a cheap death. Just because it like it's just random luck, right? There was no premonition we had where it's like, ooh, we need to make sure. Well, maybe we could have gotten a vision that showed that she had to have the screwdriver. That's fair, but I feel like all of the visions generally shouldn't lead to like permadeath. If they fail, it should be like this will make the situation easier for you, right?
Yeah.
That's how I generally feel about them. At least, like they like if she doesn't have the screwdriver, it feels like you should still be able to do something with this, like to stop that from happening. It shouldn't be because she gets in that room no matter what. There's no way to stop her from getting into that room. Like, sure, if that was like an option we had, where we messed up and she got into the room, fine, right? Then that's on us. But it wasn't. That's preordained. She has to go in there. Is that the game punished you for not heeding information that they did? Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, that could have been a thing where if we explored more, we could have seen a scene where she used a screwdriver to like break a way free or something. That could be a thing. I don't know. But even if it is, that's stupid. I think, right? Even if that is the thing, that I think that's really stupid because those premonitions should help you in situations where you're not entirely sure what's going on, and that you can like mistake your way into. They shouldn't help you in situations that are completely unavoidable. Where if that thing doesn't happen, then it's just game over. This entire thing felt weird to the thing where we closed the doors and it was just there immediately. Like that's when I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah, this is nothing.
there's two killers 100% because it was so fast. And sure, you can argue that. Well, of course he knows how this thing works because he knows what all the secret passages are and stuff. But still, he was there immediately, instantly. Like there was not even a second. And also, let's say we were here. Let's say both of these girls were alive. Of course, he wouldn't have given the screwdriver to them. Of course, he would have kept the screwdriver if both of them were alive.
Yeah.
If Aaron and Kate were alive, there like no shot. And I think that's I think to what Kel said earlier too about just like the killer guy wasn't that interesting. He just wasn't. I would kind of want this to be like a very particular killer. It has like a very particular motive where you can kind of like play that motive against them, or you can make choices that are intelligent based on who the killer is. But that's not it either, right? Like this guy was basically impossible to read because none of his stuff functions the same way.
Yeah, and he was at the same time he was both like trying to be like very realistic and grounded killer. And then he just teleports around supernaturally.
Yeah, and that was weird, right? Like at the start when he's like behind Charles, and then Charles turns around and he's just not there anymore. But then they leave the room that is there.
I mean, one thing they could have done on like thinking about it is just have two killers, and
Yeah.
one of them is like the nice supernatural Jason type hatchet killer who just wants to hatchet you, and the other one is a crazy ass dude who makes contraptions and murder rooms.
Yeah, for sure. That could have been interesting.
And then maybe you could have like a chance. Okay, I guess you can beat up the other one in quick time events because he's the brainiac, while the other one is just a psycho machete killer.
Yeah, and with that too, it felt like the killer didn't have much personality because you would imagine if they're going to have a killer that's like the every killer. He's every killer. This is Killer Man. He is every serial killer in the world, right? You would think that they would like then that should be his weakness, right? His weakness should be variety. It should be that all like he tries to kill in all these variety of ways, but it doesn't really work that well because he is.
That's what I was really thinking about,
Yeah.
like with the suffocation chamber thing. Is that okay? Well, I'm not gonna choose anything because the killer is not gonna be happy with that choice. That the killer is gonna like cancel this thing because he doesn't. He wants that's a murder thing where he wants
he wants to make a choice.
Yeah, he wants to force the choice, and if the choice is not making a choice, that he's not happy with that.
Ooh, how will you survive my hotel of horrors? You will write your own fates here, or fuck it, sniper rifle, yeah. that too is weird for like 3 reasons, right? It's weird because one, why would he even let those people leave to begin with? That's stupid. Like they have to go back into the house to go out of it. It's like, why would they do that? What's the point of that? Two, what's the point of killing with a sniper rifle? And three, why does someone hear the rifle? It's not like it's silenced. Like the rifles are really loud. Or was it?
I mean, it had the silencer, so it
Oh.
has the movie silencer. But at the same time, he's standing there where everyone just has seen people coming and going anyway, and just standing there with a rifle and his mask on,
Yeah.
hoping that no one is looking.
And you got a film crew people who research all killers and they never once use any. Just like when the pizza killer had a pizza oven, yeah. Yeah, and that's what feels like really stupid with this for me is like the it feels like the killer has all motives, so it's unreadable. Like in Puzzle 1, you're standing on the you are standing on the platform, and there's just there's the janitor who's yelling help me on the other thing. So now it's an anonymous person, and you're standing on the platform, and then he comes in and he's like holding a knife towards you. So now it's very personal, something, right? Like he's the one that's going to stab you in the neck unless you sacrifice your life for this guy, right? And then the second puzzle, now there's two people outside the chamber. There's two people in the chambers. First of all, getting those people into the chambers is insane to begin with. At the same time, but whatever. And now he wants the person outside the chambers to make the choice of who lives or dies. And then we're on the third puzzle where now there's two people in the chamber, and now the person who's about to die again is the one that chooses if the other one, I guess, to live, right? Like, it doesn't feel like there's any like MO here. It just feels like he's a crazy killer who's just gonna crazy kill people. Sometimes he shows up and just stabs you like he's doing right now. He just shows up and just starts violently stabbing you. Sometimes he lures you into a trap, like.
Yeah.
It just feels brutally inconsistent. All the ferries get inspected too. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, but also the whole like you would think he's some sort of maniacal serial killer that likes to force people to act out of their best interest or something, right? Because he forces people to you to call someone and to force them to come to the island. But all that seems unnecessary too, right? Because first of all, one, you wouldn't need to send a car to get these people. They're probably interested in coming there anyway. Two, you could just tell them to get on the ferry and take it over. And then three, they would just go into the hotel by themselves. And then you can just lock it down, right? Like you don't need any of these steps. You don't need a fake person that goes over there. And that person then could just have called the police, right? Like, that's also the weird part, right? Like, this entire serial killer setup is based on the fact that the person going over is not going to betray anything, and then you're still going to murder them anyway. At least it would have been interesting if if the idea was that he lets them leave, right? Like, he's like that's his like MO. Like, if you survive his trials, if you are the one that managed to survive the trials, then you get to do the.
You become one of the soul disciples.
Yeah. Did they have a bunch of loose ideas and just mush them all together with hopes and tape? I don't know. I feel like I think they had the idea of a police officer that investigates serial killers that then becomes a serial killer, and then he uses all the things he's learned as a serial killer. So he's supposed to be like the apex serial killer, right? That's why he has like his mask is like it's a super mask. Oh my god. I never saw this, of course.
Oh.
Oh, it's a script. Complicit. Oh, is there an idea with this guy that he like thinks that people that investigate serial killers like help create serial killers or something? Oh, it's just MO that he only because all the people that were here are like investigators. Does he only kill people related to serial killer investigations?
Seems to.
But yeah, I think that's by and far my largest problem with the game is specifically that I made a little more fun phrasing. Yeah, it's that it doesn't feel like we can learn a lot about the serial killer, and the stuff we learned didn't really matter that much. And it feels like all the information we would have learned wouldn't have saved us in any of the scenarios. So let's think about the scenarios we were put in. Scenario number one, standing on the platform. I didn't see a kill threat in this, so presumably you don't die there. What would we call that? Like it was a janitor, right? Robo Batman. Groundskeeper. Oh yeah, Groundskeeper. You kill serial killers. Want to play a serial killer game? Groundskeeper. Devil in the Blood Trial. Oh, okay. Sean and Jamie. Step up the plate to groundskeeper. Impaled, stay on the plate. The killer will slice his nose, and he steps back reflexively, killing the groundskeeper anyway. Do not think Jamie pulls off the plate and the relationship increases. Okay, so for that one we have no choice either. So basically, our the choices that let's look at the choices that were laid before us in this game, right? That where characters died. So throughout the game, we start with that groundskeeper choice. There's no right or wrong choice essentially. I guess the right choice is Jamie pulling Jamie pulling him off because that gives you a relationship. So no right or wrong choice. No, there's no way to change the outcome there. Then we're faced with the what was the second one? It's oxygen puzzle, crushing. What was the third one? I forgot.
Second is the incinerator.
Oh yeah.
Third is the oxygen.
Then we come to the incinerator, where we actually have a choice, but the choice is not obvious at all. There's no way to understand the choice. We have a lever that has fire above it, and then when you hold it down, then you save the character, or you have a chance to save them, I guess. So no information there. There's no way to do that like right or wrong, right? Like you're just gonna have to go with your gut, which we tried to do, but I wasn't quick enough.
Yeah, it's like 50-50. Oh, if you pull on this lever, maybe it ignites the room. Haha.
Yeah, because we don't know enough about the killer yet. We don't know like what his MO is. We don't understand. Like, are we supposed to play the game or not supposed to play the game? Because in that scenario, it's the opposite with the other ones. There's like we have to make the choice to save the person, which is weird. And then we're in number 3, which is oxygen chambers. Here, there's one right choice, but there's no way to know it's the right choice. Literally no way. We cannot know it's the right choice. We're not told in any way imaginable. There's no clue. There's no listen to the gas chamber. There's no lucky that this character survived because they have the camera and the camera flash reveals the gas leak or whatever, right? So just pure luck. And then number 4 is the crushing room, and crushing room also just pure luck. No way to prevent that. No, like, oh, this character survived. Oh, Aaron is alive, so she manages to stop the mechanism from the outside in the room, or she opens the door from the outside or something, right? Like, just not a thing. So all of the significant choices in this game were complete RNG. No way to guess what we're supposed to do. No way to make the right choice, right? Only luck, pure luck. And I think that's my biggest problem with it. And I think just Killer wasn't interesting at all. Just very, very uninteresting.
Yeah.
It just because if skimmed through the game, you would think if everyone's alive, maybe we like miss some scenes where he gets humanized, or there's like a scene where he's like talking to his mom, or we like rip his mask off and see who he is, and he has like a spiel. Maybe he captures us in the room and he starts like monologuing at us, but like it's just a walking guy that doesn't care, I guess.
I'm walking here.
Yeah. Teleporting walking guy that doesn't care. Well, we almost got through all of that. So we get to the best death of them all now, where you make the worst choice imaginable, where you lead all the people to the island, and then he's there with the sniper rifle. It's also like it doesn't feel like it needs to take place on an island. And also, why did we climb up to the lighthouse at the start? Like, I guess it was just a traversal tutorial.
Yeah.
Nathan was just standing there. I don't know. Story explained 47 minutes. No way it would take you that long to describe this game. This game was also the buggiest by far, I think. Like,
It was very buggy.
like that time you were stuck on one server, I was stuck on the other. It felt like our characters kept clashing a lot. Like I tried to walk, but I was like inside your character. The monitor thing where you're just standing there and then we have to restart the game. Missing decision prompt leading to characters dying. Yeah, that was the lever was definitely bugged. Head turned back after climbing down a ladder. Reflective lights is botched in some areas. False misleading text saying we failed QTE, so saying we're one character when we're not. We had a problem with Madame Madame too, I remember. Didn't we have that with the ending where like it seemed like the game thought someone oh no, it forgot about that one dude, the kid brother. Didn't the game completely forget about him in our playthrough? But then he was like there at the end, but then they like ignored him or something like that.
Oh yeah, in Man of Medan, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he survived, but then we never saw him again, and then it was like he was there in the ending, but they like didn't talk about him and we didn't see a cutscene for him or whatever. Or something like that, I remember. Terrible camera placement control. Oh, that's a long review. Well, you wanna give this thing a score? Roll F the devil. Oh, it is not even on the list. Damn.
A score. Oh.
One second, I gotta add it to the list first. It's gonna be number 750 something.
$6.3.
6. We didn't even have a chance to like think about it. Devil in. Oh, it's the devil. The devil in me.
Devil into me.
I'm to beat the devil in. 6.3 sounds pretty fair. 7, 7.5. Yeah.
It's by far the weakest Dog Pictures game I've played.
Do you think you scored the other ones lower or higher than 6.3 then? You probably
I
remember.
probably scored Age of Ashes way higher, like 7.5 something.
Yo, sir, what's up?
I really like Age of Ashes. It's Age of Ashes. House of Ashes, the most by far.
Age of Ashes. Okay, so on our rating list, we have 10 flawless masterpiece, 9 everyone should play this, 8 great experience worth playing, 7 good play if it sounds fun, 6 alright play if you like the genre, 5 average, 1 to 4 avoid at all costs. And I do mean that. If I ever rate something below like a 4, then you don't want to play that game. There's too many games out there. As you said,
There were more games that were sort of cinematic, cooperative games that would
4.9.
definitely give this a way lower score, but it's sort of like there isn't a huge glut of this kind of games.
6.8, you're insane. Well, yeah, I guess one thing we didn't talk about, which I don't think if we talked about in the other ones, is that as a co-op experience, this is fun. I had fun. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed playing this game with you. Like it's despite the game being a piece of poop, it's ultimately one of the very, very few games that actually feels like it does something unique with the co-op genre, right? The fact that you're controlling one character, I'm controlling another, and we're doing different things, and sometimes we're helping each other, sometimes we're like working as each other. That stuff is cool. And honestly, that's stuff I wish they did more in these games. Like I was thinking about that with the lighthouse. It would be really cool if me trying to get to the top of the lighthouse coincided with you like running through the maze, and then I'm trying to get there through the lighthouse to like start a light before you get like caught or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if they did more stuff like that, it would be really cool. More stuff where it's like you're doing one thing, I'm doing another thing, and like we need to like help each other. Like when you were in the control room, it would be so cool if I was like running through the house doing things, and you're like switching cameras, like, oh, I'm gonna activate this trap, I'm gonna open this door. But it's just like it's just one small sequence, one very very clear sequence that they had in mind, right? So stuff like that would have been really cool for a game like this. Like, imagine if we're in the murder hotel and we're like playing two perspectives, and we're, sometimes we coincide with each other. We're like, oh, I found this thing. I'm like, oh, I found this thing, and then that could be really really cool. But unfortunately, that's not the game. So I definitely agree with the 6. Like, I think that if you have someone to play this with, it's definitely a game that I would say, like, if you like this genre of games, the dark anthology games, co-op horror games, this is like this is up there in co-op horror games, right? Like, like what other game are you supposed to play?
Didn't. Well, it didn't outstay its welcome either, so it's not too
Yeah,
long. And
true.
what else?
Until Don't Co-op. Well, it doesn't have co-op, unfortunately. A movie.
But I would never play this on my own.
Yeah, this rating is exclusively playing this in co-op with someone, which I would recommend playing all these in co-op with people. Even if you played them before, like, I would love to play this with someone else too. That could be a lot of fun, just kind of going through them again. But like, and that's one thing that's really good about these games, I think, right? Is one thing we can say about this is that now that we played it, we could play it again, and we could like do the right, like, if we care to, we could like do the right things, make the right choices. That could be a little bit interesting, right? And you could also play this with someone else, and you can maybe guide them to having a little bit of a better experience without spoiling the entire game. You can also play it from the other perspective, right? So you're not just replaying the same thing. That's kind of interesting. I think I actually like agree with the 6.3. I think that's actually a really good score for this. Like, I would even consider maybe putting it a little bit lower, but you didn't rate the Mortuary Assistant. I didn't. That was that before I rated things.
Like,
think-
when comparing to the other Dark Anthology games,
Yeah.
like, I think Man of Medan was a bit of junk. And meh, but I think Man of Medan had like a more interesting premise, and the entire adversary with the random weird gas and the pirates made more, like, they were more interesting. Especially since you didn't know that, oh, if this is a supernatural thing.
Yeah.
Well, in this, any like thought that, oh, is this circular supernatural? Just felt, oh, this just feels bullshit. It didn't feel like menacing or
Among Us
or
has.
dangerous. It just felt like, oh, this game is just glitching. That's why he's teleporting around.
Well, I think the like what I would say about the killer in this specifically is he just instead of being John every killer, right? Every serial killer, he just discount every serial killer. He's not
Yeah.
as scary or as menacing as like Jason Voorhees. He's not as cool as Jigsaw. He isn't Holmes, James C. Holmes, whatever his name is.
He's a
H.
terrifying
Holmes.
swerve like a Hannibal.
Yeah, so he's like, and he's not Jason Bateman or whatever, right? Like, he's
Unhinged.
yeah, like, instead of this guy feeling like he is every serial killer, like, this is the god killer. He has absorbed the essence of every serial killer to become the perfect murderer, which could have kind of been cool, right? Like, if it felt like we were fighting like a genius, and we really had to like think our way out of situations, like, and like, it's less entire game was a struggle, just really really fighting for like every tooth and nail, but we had actual real choices. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
This is not the most base
Also,
killer
about
full
the-
Peter Whitman, yeah.
Like, about the animatronics, like, the dude kind of looked like animatronic. Why wasn't there animatronics that looked exactly like him
Yeah.
to throw us off? Like, I was expecting something like that to pop up at some point, that, oh, we think that he's there, but it's actually the animatronic. But nope, never happens.
But
There's that.
Sorry?
Yeah. There was that one weak ass doll in that dark room, but yeah.
Yeah, and even more importantly, what was the point of the animatronics, right? Like,
I don't know. They're creepy.
yeah, but like, we kept encountering animatronics that he was sewing pieces of real bodies onto,
Yeah.
and then he had the animatronics set up in ways that he had made people kill each other, I guess. But then we also had animatronics that wasn't that, right? So it's like, I don't know. This seems weird. I guess he makes animatronics of all the people he's killed, but then you also would have expected maybe would have like that could be cool if we saw like a Dumet animatronic or something, or like a Charles animatronic after he got burned to death. I guess he wouldn't have. Well, we only had the animatronic for that, right? So yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the animatronics that he made out of the characters for that dinner scene, they were like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna grab the random animatronics that kind of look like you guys
Yeah.
and put them to sitting here because I can't be bothered spending time on it or anything. Yeah.
And fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, the recording, the like fake Charles recording where he was like, "I want you to kill my people." What was the point of that? Like, it's like okay, she thought Charles wanted everyone killed. Like we knew that didn't happen, right? Like we play as Charles, we know that he's not a crazy killer guy.
Yeah.
And at that point, when we heard that, right, like
I mean, he tried to mess with Erin even more because there was like a Jamie's phone there with random ass text messages with.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't even bother mentioning because it was such a weak
Random?
moment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like a Jamie's phone in a plexi steel cabinet where you could see that Jamie sends text messages to her friend talking shit about Erin.
Oh.
And okay. There was one moment like where you could have called Jamie out of it, but I didn't even bother picking that choice.
Was there ever a point where they learned that he was like a descendant of Holmes because they could have swung with a paranormal angle with the intro being there's the devil in me, or did the guy just choose one who seemed cool? No,
He
but
chose Holmes because he was a FBI profiler, and he interviewed another serial killer earlier, who was like a fan of Holmes. I was like, oh, serial killers are really cool and stuff. Everyone knows the serial killers, and no one knows the investigators. And after that, the bad guy just snapped.
yeah, and yeah. So that's the idea that we saw at the end, where it's like where it seems like he's killing people that like promote serial killing, because I guess he thinks that like leads to more serial killers or something. But I guess maybe the devil in me part here is the idea that I guess that plays on the theme that all of the dead serial killers, they live on in other people, and then they're all living on in him basically, right? That's why he was doing all the different serial killer things. Yeah, they didn't play on the theme enough, so who cares, right?
Yeah.
This came out at 7.2 a rating on OpenCritic from critics.
Probably fine.
Yeah. I mean, usually my score is like, usually I think my score is decent if it's like 1 point below. That's usually where I want to be. I want to sort these so I can see where this ranks with other stuff. What date is today? That is the 17th of October. 17. Oh. 2024. Alright, let's. Okay, Manamadon we had at 6.5. And then, I think we had pretty similar ratings though. Oh, you gave you are actually you gave Manamadon a 6.2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Well, it has to be said that like I do this all the time too, where I'm like, I like this game way better, but then because it's hard to
I
like.
just like it way better. I just remember starting my phone.
Yeah, because it's
okay. I played the dog. The dog.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I actually like that. That's a good excuse. I do this all the time too, though, where I'm like, oh, this game is like a 6.3, and then I see what I gave like a 6.5 to, and I'm like, like, to be fair, this game is better than Banishers, I would say, but Banishers is still here at 6.5, so I gave A Little Hope a 7.6. You gave it a 7.3, and then I gave House of Ashes 7.8. You gave it a 7.5. So the Dave Portnoy syndrome. Yeah. Well, I'm trying not to Dave Portnoy anything. So I'm trying not to be stuck in the 7-1, the 7-9, 8-1 category, and I think I've done a pretty good job of that. A pretty varied amount of ratings. I think this is pretty accurate though. I think this game being around Man of Medan makes sense, because ultimately Man of Medan was a pretty subpar experience. Man of Medan is good where this game is bad, and this game is good where Man of Medan is bad. I would say like they kind of have like similar things going against them. Yeah, I mean this being the overall lowest rated in the out of them makes sense to me.
Yeah, and then the Little Hope was Little Hope had the most like interesting attempt
Premise.
at making a story. Yeah,
Yeah.
and House of Ashes, like that was fun, and it turned to like proper slog, which was
Yeah.
a good way to end that.
Alpha, skip up.
Like the moment, like the mystery is gone, and you know what the monsters are in House of Ashes. It's like, okay, well, it just embraces it and it's just make it a slog.
It was good. It was good for two reasons for me, which was well, it was good for all the reasons, but one, it actually had like a kind of interesting mystery for a while, right? And then the mystery turned out to actually be something crazy, which is cool. But then also, that game gave us the most chances to make choices and not have people instantly die, right? Like when we played that, I remember towards the end, like I failed like 2 quick time moments. We were running through those eggs or something, and I was like, oh fuck! And then like we got a chance to like save the person, and then same with we were supposed to like blow the thing up or something, and we had thing for BSMC. We were supposed to blow the things up, and I mean like we sent the dude to do it, and we're like, oh, he's gonna die, and then he like didn't die, so it's like, oh, that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
that felt like the
And-
most like dynamic story thing to me.
And Salim and Jason were by far the best couple of so far in this entire game series.
Yeah, that one was good. Like that one is like a genuine like good game, like an actual game that you can recommend people play, and they will probably have a good time with it. You can replay that. You'll probably have fun. Like that was great. That was a great game. And then yeah, a Little Hope had like that was the only one that had like an actual like story where we were like because we puzzled that out when we played it, right? We were like, is this happening? And then like turned out to be that, and it was so cool in hindsight what that story was all about.
I'm thinking about the characters in House of Ashes. So the characters have like character arcs or that.
Yeah, personalities.
Like, yeah, like I was thinking, oh wait, you remember Salim? Oh, you remember also Jason? Oh.
Yeah, and it really stands out with how all the other games are.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that is because they didn't in House of Ashes they were like, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of aliens under there. There's just a bunch of aliens down there. You know what I mean? They didn't do what they did in like A Little Hope, where it's like, ooh, there's a mystery. Or in this one, where it's like, ooh, it's a serial killer, the king of serial killers, right?
Oh, are these vampires just things in your head? No, it's just aliens.
Yeah, which is good. That was good because they didn't try to like subvert your expectations too much in that. But yeah, that was fun. We just bunch of aliens is legit pretty spooky. Well, yeah, it can be. I guess we'll see each other for that other game. What's it called again? Section. Open it in. Directive. 8020.
Casting of Frank Stallone is out.
I mean, I'd be up for. I mean, if I'm playing it, I think we should play it together. If I am playing it, which I probably will. But like it's just like the split, the like couch co-op stuff. It's a little bit weird, I think. How does casting of Frank Stone multiplayer work? It's a game over now. Yeah, you don't have to be afraid anymore. Hello, feels back, man. I don't know how that. We can try it though with the couch co-op, I guess.
We'll see.
Grab your friends. Oh, yeah, this is where I wanted to go. Am I on Facebook? Jesus Christ. Okay, there's a die together option. Pass the control and play along with friends. Yeah, ugh.
Sure.
I let the witch out of the cage. Oh yeah, here you can see how it works. Basically just... You just choose who plays who, basically. we can play this couch co-op over the Steam like share screen thing though, I think.
Oh, I'm gonna think about it.
Which could be fun. This is just a missed opportunity. I guess maybe their co-ops have been like sell enough or something. They did this in the quarry too, for some reason. Alright, well, hey, if you're satisfied, then I guess I can jump into that other video game, the Home Safety Hotline.
I could play it now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm looking so forward to that.
I mean, that's the plan.
Hello there, mister.
I don't know if I'll finish it today, but...
Probably not.
I didn't see that in Twitch chat.
But the parts I've seen that game, it's such a fun game.
Because I'm gonna get scared.
No, it's not a
I-
game that scares you like that. You shouldn't hate that, but scary bits.
Played it super good. I didn't see the first redeem either. God damn it! I need to figure out what I'm sorry. I started using Firefox now, so I guess myself is a bit scuffed.
Did you use the about profile thing that we told you about?
Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, this is my other profile.
Yeah.
It looks just like my regular one did. So now you guys can see all my naughty.
Yeah, you can have like a normal profile, you can have work profile, and then you can have your smart profile.
My not safe for work profile, but that's too much work. That's too much work for me.
And then you can have like your Facebook profile.
Is it super Earth good? Have you been playing any Helldivers 2 recently for Spagman after the big patch? Alright, I guess I'm just gonna launch the game and stuff, so...
Alright, I'm gonna jump off and make some food and...
Thank you for
show
playing!
No, thank you for playing.
Everyone give 10 gift subscriptions for Son.
Yep.
Everyone.
Either that or just give Toki treats to open.
He is here, so I mean, someone could do that. If he did do that, I wouldn't actually see it. I played it last on April 24th. Oh. The hell? Hei, Lagen. Ja, du får ikke noe godis, du. Nei, ingen som vil si deg noe godis. Stakkars. Stream... let's see. Oh, I see the dog treat redeem now. Nice, I just need to update chat probably. Yeah, some godis. What have you been up to recently, Mr. Bagman, while I set this game up? I can't actually move the camera over there. I forgot about that. I didn't tighten my monitor. Everything in my life is just falling apart. I came home from work today. Well, that's a good start. That's always a good start. I played Diablo 4 today. Nice. Damn, Son is getting a giga treat redeem. Opp i senga, Lux. Lux, opp i senga. 1, 2 og 3. Gamla, skal jeg hjelpe deg, Lux? Nei, Alfa, kom her da. It's kind of fun, I guess. People have been saying it's pretty fun, but just that like the story is complete garbage, poo poo doo doo. But I guess most people don't care about the story anyway. So, multi-dogs. I'll turn the light on. Jeg prøver altså ikke 5 out of 10. Alfa, ta pent. Det. Au! This is Julie girl. Hei. Du, Bella. Hei, ta. Bella, ta pent. Flux. Försiktig. Ah, oh, they're so rough. Ta pent. That's a generous rating. Is it really that bad? I mean, I really liked the original Diablo 4 story. I'll probably give it like a 7, somewhere in the 7s. Like, I thought it was a pretty decent story. Nei, Bella. Alfa, ta pent. Du, försiktig. Jesus. Alpha, there you go. I can't trust Alpha enough to bite my fingers off. Ta pent. Ta pent. Du, försiktig. Ah! Ta pent, Logan. Logan is so gentle. He's like the best. I'm a Diablo hardcore diehard fan, so I gave it some slack. OG was good. If Diablo 4 is 7, I'd say this expansion is like a 3 or 4, but I don't think I'll play the campaign ever again. Yeah, I really liked the stuff in the original with Lilith and stuff like that. I actually thought it was like kind of moving a little bit, like very interesting from like a story perspective. I actually thought that was pretty good. Oh, Alpha. I'm actually gonna get bruised from this. Like, I'm gonna have bruises tomorrow on my fingers. Up. Ah. Försiktig. Oh, Frank, good. Alright, let me make it a little bit darker in there again, and then let me quickly just give them open. No, because they have so much drool in their mouths that my hand will be wet afterwards, and I want to avoid that. Let me switch categories. We're playing a game called Home Safety Hotline. Home Safety Hotline. Lick the drool off. How about you lick the drool off?